Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Perkenalkan, saya Morita SS MPD, dosen tetap pada program studi Bisnis Digital, Fakultas Vokasi, Institut Bisnis dan Informatika Kesatuan Bogor. Saat ini, saya sedang mengikuti proses sertifikasi dosen gelombang pertama tahun 2025 yang diselenggarakan oleh Kementerian Pendidikan Tinggi, Sains dan Teknologi atau Kemendikti Saintek. Video ini dibuat untuk memenuhi salah satu persyaratan dalam pernyataan diri dosen untuk unjuk kerja Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi atau PDD UKTPT. Pada kesempatan ini, izinkan saya untuk memaparkan salah satu mata kuliah yang saya ampu pada semester 2, yaitu Bahasa Inggris 2, yang merupakan mata kuliah wajib bagi mahasiswa program studi Bisnis Digital pada semester 2 atau semester genap dengan bobot 2 SKS dan kode mata kuliah MPDB 1R2. Perkenankan saya untuk memaparkan mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris 2. Pada mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris 2 ini, mahasiswa mempelajari dasar-dasar tata bahasa Inggris serta teknik-teknik berkomunikasi baik secara lisan maupun tulisan dengan berbagai situasi. Dan tentu saja, mahasiswa memiliki banyak kesempatan untuk bereksplorasi dan mengaplikasikan pemahaman yang sudah diperoleh sebelumnya untuk digunakan di dalam komunikasi baik lisan maupun tulisan dalam berbagai situasi yang berbeda. Proses pembelajaran diselenggarakan sepenuhnya secara luring atau tatap muka langsung di dalam kelas sebanyak 14 kali pertemuan ditambah dengan 2 kali pertemuan untuk UTS dan UAS. Mahasiswa dapat pula mengunduh serta mengakses kehadiran mata kuliah dan tugas melalui platform e-learning Institut Bisnis dan Informatika Kesatuan yaitu lms.ibik.ac.id/my/courses.php. Teknik pengajaran yang saya gunakan adalah DIA, yaitu Delivery, Interaction, and Assessment. Dalam proses delivery, saya memberikan ceramah interaktif dengan menjelaskan dasar-dasar tata bahasa serta teknik-teknik berkomunikasi baik secara lisan maupun tulisan yang dapat digunakan dalam berbagai macam situasi. Interaksi dilakukan antara dosen dengan mahasiswa atau antara mahasiswa dengan mahasiswa dalam berbagai kegiatan seperti misalnya tanya jawab, kerja kelompok, atau diskusi. Sedangkan asesmen atau penilaian dilakukan pada setiap pertemuan untuk menilai unjuk kerja serta keaktifan setiap mahasiswa dengan menggunakan rubrik penilaian yang bersifat objektif dan dapat diandalkan atau dapat terukur dengan jelas. Capaian pembelajaran untuk mata kuliah ini diantaranya adalah yang pertama, mahasiswa mengetahui dasar-dasar bahasa Inggris untuk komunikasi lisan dan tulisan. Kedua, mahasiswa memahami ekspresi bahasa yang sesuai untuk digunakan dalam berbagai situasi komunikasi. Dan yang ketiga, mahasiswa mampu mengaplikasikan dasar-dasar komunikasi lisan dan tulisan dengan baik sesuai dengan situasi tertentu. Sementara itu, CPMK-nya diantaranya meliputi 1. Mahasiswa mampu meniru, mengulang, dan memproduksi ujaran untuk memperkenalkan diri baik dalam situasi formal maupun non-formal. Kedua, mahasiswa dapat membangun ujaran-ujaran yang tepat untuk menceritakan kegiatan sehari-hari. Ketiga, mahasiswa mampu menentukan makna kata atau istilah tertentu berdasarkan konteks kalimat. Keempat, mahasiswa mampu memproduksi istilah-istilah atau kata-kata yang telah dipelajari dalam pertemuan-pertemuan sebelumnya dalam kalimat-kalimat yang baru. Materi kuliah disampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris dan juga bahasa Indonesia yang meliputi 14 topik berikut ini. Pertama, self-introduction. 2. Constructing dialogues. 3. Describing daily activities. 4. Describing daily activities at work. 5. Comparing two different methods. 6. Guessing meaning from context. 7. Finding specific information from a reading text. 8. Constructing new sentences with certain terms. 9. Using to be plus verb ing to express future plans. 10. Identifying types and functions of a text and paraphrasing. 11. ways to describe predictions, 12, completing diagram, 13, using will versus be going to, dan yang ke-14, analyzing the tone of a reading text. Media serta teknologi yang digunakan dalam proses pembelajaran adalah modul yang telah saya susun sendiri, dilengkapi dengan berbagai materi dari buku referensi lainnya, kemudian PowerPoint, audio recording, serta video pembelajaran yang bisa diakses oleh mahasiswa melalui kanal YouTube. Sedangkan sistem penilaiannya meliputi 10% kehadiran, 10% quiz, 20% tugas, 30% UTS, dan 30% UAS dengan penekanan pada keaktifan mahasiswa di dalam proses pembelajaran. Berikut adalah video pembelajaran yang saya lakukan di dalam kelas. Hello everyone, good morning. How are you all today? Good? Great? Somebody said not so good. Who is it? Oh, Reva. What's wrong with you, Reva?
Very hot today, ma'am.
Why?
I got caught in the rain yesterday.
Oh, so sorry to hear that. So how do you feel right now?
More better because I took a medicine yesterday.
Okay, that's great. Okay, class, please remember that the weather lately hasn't been very predictable. So please don't forget to always bring your raincoats or your umbrellas. Okay, guys? Okay. Okay, so shall we start our lesson today? Yes, okay, good. So I am wondering whether you still remember the topic that we discussed last week. What was it? Are you sure?
Yes.
Not past simple?
No.
No, okay, present simple tense, yeah? Okay, so anybody still remembers the function of the simple present tense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Adit.
We use simple present tense for habits, ma'am.
Habits, okay, habits. Can you make an example of a sentence?
I usually wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, ma'am.
Okay, good. So Adit says that he usually wakes up at 5 o'clock every morning. Okay, good. Anybody can give more examples of sentences expressing about habits or regular activities?
Ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, for regular activities, this is example. For I eat breakfast every morning.
I eat breakfast every morning. Yeah, right. Okay. One more example, please. One more example about habits or regular activities. Come on.
Me.
Yeah, Evelyn.
I usually check my phone first every time I wake up.
Okay. So I always do too every morning, yeah? Okay, especially when I'm looking forward to some important news. Okay, so anybody here also checks your handphone the first thing that you do in the morning? Yeah. Okay. No other activities in the morning? Early in the morning? No? Oh, checking your handphone, yeah? Okay, yeah. So the first function of the simple present tense is for expressing regular activities or habits. Okay, what is the second function? Yeah, Luis.
Facts and general truth.
For facts and general truth. Yeah, facts means present facts, of course, ya. Karena kalau past facts, we cannot use the present simple tense. Okay, so facts and general truth. Okay, can you give an example of facts? Okay, Noval.
Maybe the fact is I'm a student of IB Kesatuan.
Okay, so I'm a student of IB Kesatuan. That is a fact. If I say I'm a student of IB Kesatuan, is it a fact?
No.
Okay, it is not a correct or a true fact, but it is still in the present simple tense. Yeah. Okay, another example?
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Okay, Rona first ya. Okay, Rona. Okay, I live in Bogor. Okay, that is a present fact and also it is true. Okay, Rahma, what is yours?
The sun is in west.
The sun rises in the west. Okay. Is it grammatically correct? The sun rises in the west?
Yes.
Yes, but
It is wrong.
it is wrong. Why?
It's not a fact, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's not a fact.
Okay, that's not a fact and it is not correct. So what is the correct one?
The sun
The sun must rise in the east.
The sun must rise in the east. Okay. Is Kaikal sentences grammatically correct? The sun must rise in the east. Is it correct or no?
No.
Well, actually it is correct because he used the modal auxiliaries. But we are talking about the present simple tense, so we cannot use must. Okay? So can anybody correct Kaikal sentence? Okay, F, Ify?
The sun rises in the
Yeah, the sun rises in the east. That is grammatically correct, and also that is a correct general truth. Yeah? Okay, so I'm very glad that most of you still remembers our topic last week. Okay, now, and if I'm not mistaken, last week I also told you about the thing that we are going to discuss today. What is it?
online shopping.
Yeah, it's about online shopping. Yeah, okay. So I believe that everybody is very familiar with online shopping, right?
Yes.
So, do you have any favorite online shopping application?
Shopee.
Shopee, okay. Anybody?
TikTok.
Tokopedia. Okay, what else? TikTok Store. Okay. So which do you think is more popular in Indonesia? Store. Shopee. Why Shopee? Why Shopee?
It's the biggest.
Oh, it's a big commerce in Indonesia, yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. So, have you ever had a bad experience using anybody already got a bad experience with online shopping? Ada yang pernah punya pengalaman buruk tidak dengan online shopping? Okay, what's your
I tried by the seller.
you?
The trick. Because the item arrived, it was not there. Jadi paketnya tuh nggak pas nyampe, dia nggak ada. Dia tuh nggak nyampe.
Oh, scam.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, so what did you do then? If you had that bad experience, what did you do?
Kalau bikin laporan di
Oh, so you made a report. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So that is your bad experience. Okay. Now, what are the benefits of using shopping online or online shopping? What are the benefits? It's easy. Okay. What do you mean by easy? It's convenient. What do you mean by convenient?
It's quick.
Easy, convenient, quick. Yeah. Okay. So you just choose. Okay, choose the products and then you pay and then wait and then you get the products. Okay, so it is more convenient then. It is more practical,
Yes.
right? Okay. So other than that, are there any other benefits of using online shopping?
More cheaper than offline store.
Yeah, right. I agree with you. So sometimes they are cheaper than if we buy the same things with the same quality. Yeah. Okay. What else? The benefit of online shopping.
You can do it anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it. We can buy anything anywhere at any time, right? Okay. Nadia, are you sleepy? No. Because you look very sleepy. So those are the benefits of online shopping. Yeah. Now let's talk about the disadvantage of online shopping. Okay, what are they? Yeah. A lot of scammers. Okay, what is scammer in bahasa Indonesia? Penipu. Yeah, right. Okay, any other disadvantage of online shopping? Okay, Dina?
Doesn't match with the picture.
Oh, okay. The quality of the product doesn't match with the picture. Okay. What else? Yeah. Poor quality. Yeah. Okay. Almost the same. Yeah. Poor quality. Okay. So those are some of the disadvantages of online shopping. Okay. Who prefers offline shopping in this class?
Me.
Okay. Why?
I prefer offline shopping because I can try the product first check the quality.
Okay, so you can try the products and then the quality. Okay, so make sure that before you buy something, you have to be very confident with the quality. Okay, what else? Yeah. No, ongkir. Yeah, okay. Ongkir. What is ongkir in English? Yeah. Huh?
Shipping cost.
Shipping cost. Yeah. Okay, Martin. Right. Okay. What else? One more advantage of offline shopping. One more advantage of offline shopping. Yeah, Adit?
We can go shopping with our loved ones, like our parents, our siblings, our friends.
And girlfriend, of course. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So your social life is also good. Yeah. When you are doing offline shopping. Okay. Now those are some advantages or some benefits. What about the disadvantages of offline shopping?
It's expensive.
More expensive. Yeah. Okay. What else? What about the time? Yeah, takes time. Yeah, takes time. So sometimes busy people do not have enough time to go outside the house, to do things, etc. Okay, so let's just make a conclusion about the benefits and the disadvantages both for online and offline shopping. But before that, I want you to divide among yourselves and make two groups. One group is for online shopping and the other one is for offline shopping. Okay, first of all, who prefers offline shopping? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so those who prefer offline shopping, you can make a group and then arrange the tables and then make a discussion about the that we discussed just now. And those who do not raise your hands, then make another group that you are for the online shopping. Yeah? Okay. So arrange the tables and the chairs. Okay, here is the group for offline. Yeah? And here is the group for online. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, groups, have you finished your discussions? Okay, so are you ready to make the presentation of the results? Yes, and have you chosen one of your member of your groups to be the representative? Yes, this group, who is the representative? Evelyn. Okay, and this one? Martin. Okay, this is for offline and this one is online, right? Yeah. Okay.
So this is the conclusion of our discussion. By offline shopping, we can also spend our time with our loved ones while shopping. And we don't have to wait for our stuff to get from delivery. You can actually try the product before you buy it, so it's more precise. You can get recommendation from the staff and you do not need to pay for shipping costs. While you don't have to pay for shipping costs, to get to offline shopping, you have to pay for transportation. And sometimes the product is more expensive than in online or in e-commerce. It takes time to buy the products, and sometimes you can't find the stuff that you want or it's not available. And it's also quite tiring since you have to go around the mall.
Good morning everyone. So this is our group's opinion about the advantage of our online shopping. Number one, the prices are mostly more affordable, and number two, you sometimes have to promotion such as big discounts on special dates, and number three, time saving. You can do your shopping from your home. Number four is confidence. It's 24/7 access. We can buy anything at any time and anywhere. The number five, the online shopping also offer the privacy. And then this is the discussion of the online shopping.
Okay, class, thank you for your presentation, and I think your point of view is very great. Okay, so each of the group has already made their conclusion about the advantages and disadvantages of online and offline shopping. Okay, so which one do you prefer depends on your preferences, right? So maybe you need the thing or the product at once, so it means that you have to go to the shopping mall. But if you can wait, so you can buy it through online shopping. Yeah? Okay, class, I think that's all for today. And next week, we are going to continue our discussion with learning about the simple past and how are we going to use that to show our past experiences. Yeah? Okay, thank you very much, class. See you next week, ya. Bye-bye. Oke, demikianlah video pembelajaran untuk mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris 2 yang saya lakukan di dalam kelas.